This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee.
Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's 5 answers. We only have room for 4.
So 0, 1, 2, 3 or more?
No, I can't do that. I'm not going to put down 0. Or
You're going to put down 0?
no, just 1, 2, 3, or 4. Huh.
Okay.
No, I 3 or 4. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. Trying to create as much positivity as you can. 1-800-990-3776. Yes, for all those who thought that defeating winning every game in the regular season versus the Dodgers was of significance. I tried to say so at the time. I don't know which other pitchers were hurt, but it's anybody's watching now. It's clear how good they are, especially with their starting pitcher. Babe Ruth will pitch in the 4th game. He's like their 4th best starter. And I think
they have like 4 number ones, basically.
Yeah, well, the Dodgers are the one team that has a lot of money and is also very smart. They used all the money to get the pitchers. Because they're willing to spend all the money and pay the huge tax. I think every starting pitcher has a contract bigger than what the Brewers spent as a team last year.
That is crazy.
Man, it's very smart. That's the one position that all Brewer fans know that you can't afford to keep their pitchers. It just costs too much. So they get to a certain level, and then they just let them go because it's too much to keep them. I haven't analyzed Peralta closely, but I would guess he might be the next. And you can't argue with the system because the Brewers have done so well. But then it's a question of how much per year. It's $144 million, or it's like how much per year. If it's an extra $30 million per year, then you'd be. I mean, it's reasonable to argue and complain that Antanasio could spend a little bit more. Maybe he could add one more pitcher, and then they're at 145 or 150. Anybody who believed the regular season sweep of the Dodgers meant anything was just hoping and not realistic to the level of the team. I mean, they're just way better than the Brewers. And this team, the Brewers, has all year done things you didn't think possible. I think the series is over, but I think the Brewers could win the next game and then just scare the Dodgers a little bit. It all changed with Game 1 because Game 1 the Brewers should have lost, and if they would have found some way to steal it, then maybe the Dodgers would be thinking, what is it about this team? We have the Game 1, and somehow they find a way to win it all. Maybe then they would have thought about the 6 losses in the regular season. Didn't happen, and they're just really good. And their problem has been the bullpen, which the Brewers haven't gotten to, and some games their offense isn't as good as they hope. But that's why I thought the Brewers had a chance with Woody, and it's clear to me they just don't tell us the truth about Woody and didn't tell us the truth in terms of when he would pitch. He last said, if we make the World Series, maybe, which is fine. In the end, you find out based on what actually occurs. But that gave them potentially enough pitching to match what the Dodgers would have in some of the games, and instead, it would take. They have a better chance of beating the Dodgers than Wisconsin has of beating Ohio State. I will give them that. But my hope is they can, if the Dodgers are prone to overconfidence or getting a little sloppy, it could happen in Game 3. Brewers down 2-1, and then you can scare the Dodgers a little bit, and that's what I'm hoping for. If they scare them, do I think they win the series? No. But I'd like a little juice. They lose the next game, and we're just playing out the kind of sweep. 1-800-990-3776. Jason Wilder, Tim Van Vorn still to come. But first will be Rain Man. 1-800-990-3776. Caller number 5. Caller number 5. You'll get a chance to win Cousin Subs for a year. And you automatically get $25 gift card, which is because of Cousin Subs. My standard would be if you don't get any right, you're not getting anything. Maybe I'll get you breakfast at Ted's. But Cousin said, no, that's not how we roll. Automatically, the contestant gets a $25 gift card. And if they win the contest, which will go until the end of the year, they get Cousin Subs for a year, which is worth about $300. So thanks to Cousin Subs, a great partner. Caller number 5 again. Caller 5, 1-800-990-3776. Caller 5. And in addition to Cousin Subs, Saganiac Planning, another great partner, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. Accurate, but not what I should have said for many years. I say it now, though. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service, and they've been doing it well for over 50 years. That's how you can be so good with employee benefits and things that can be complicated to some. Not when you've been doing it well for over 50 years. That's Saganiac Planning. 1-800-990-3776. Caller number 5, and you will be our contestant for Rayman. I think we currently, among the leaders, have a 3-way tie at 7. You cannot compete if you are one of the leaders. But if somebody get to 8, all 3 of those people would then be eligible. Saganiac Planning, I got it down now, a name synonymous with employee benefits, top-notch service and doing it well for over 50 years, and a phone number you can remember. All you got to remember is 783, because it's Saganiac Planning, 262-783, Roger Maris, 6161.
That number again, 262-783-6161.
I wish it was easy to remember other phone numbers as easy as that one. Am I correct, Pebble? I believe we have 3 tied atop the leaderboard
yeah, it's been
at
a
7.
3-way tie for a while now with, what was it, Nick in Sussex? It was Joe in Milwaukee. And our first contestant was, who was it now?
That's all right. We don't need to know. We know they're at 7. That's all Mike needs to know.
Oh, yeah, it was Matt and Tosa.
Got it. Mike in Neshota. Mike, you are on 94.5 ESPN. This is Rain Man. I need to know your Rain Man resume, past experience, success, competing in this. 15 questions in 2 minutes.
No experience.
You've never done this?
No.
Have you listened to where you know how it goes?
Nope.
Did you make the wrong phone call? I'm curious now. You've never tried before? You thought I'll try today? You'd like a $25 gift card from Cousin Subs? What's the inside information, Mike? Ooh, Mike just hung up?
He just hung up. Yep.
That's good. Did he think he knew he was going to be on Rain Man, or?
Well, you called for caller number 5 to be on Rain
maybe
Man,
he thought,
and he called in, so obviously he's got to know.
He's got to know. I guess. You never know for sure. But now we have
like a random
so
number.
now we take another caller, correct?
Correct.
If he calls back, forget it. The second caller. Got to be second.
Right, the
second caller, 1-800-990-3776. You got a second chance. Would this be amazing? A person gets a second chance back from this would be the Lazarus attempt, and then could end up winning the competition. Caller 2, 1-800-990-3776. Caller number 2, you will be in Rain Man. And if you're saying, wait, I thought you already had one. We now have some votes. How many games will the Brewers win in the playoff series? 25% say they will be swept. 36% say they will win 1. 13% say 2. And 27% say the Brewers will win 3 or 4 games. Please understand, if that happens, the magnitude. That'll be one of the great comebacks in the history of sports, given all the factors involved. And yes, so now we know best record in baseball, maybe. Best team in baseball in the regular season, maybe. But with the loss of Woody and other pitching injuries, and no one is debating which team is better, even if the Brewers were to come back, shock the world, and win the series. John in Racine, you are now our contestant in Rain Man. You had no chance. Now you have a chance. Your resume, please.
None.
None.
First-time caller.
First-time
Love the
caller.
show.
Long-time listener. So you know how Rain Man is played.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. All right. Well, you get the $25 gift card from Cousin Subs, and who knows? Maybe you'll do well. Am I hearing a radio in the background or not? Or are you just talking to somebody else?
Nope, I just turned it off.
All right, very good. The first question, which I guess you know, is the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question, only about Marquette because of the great support Saganiac Planning over the years has given to Marquette. The other 14, and how many times have we said this, Pebble? If you don't know, pass immediately.
You don't know, pass.
You only get through all the questions.
2 minutes to get all through 15 all the questions.
And often people who pass later on go, oh, wait, that other answer was this. It hits you. But anyway, no one listens to it. First question, the Saganiac Planning Marquette trivia question. You ready to go, John?
I'm going to try.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Number 31 has been retired twice by Marquette. Name one of the 2 players number 31 retired.
Wade, maybe?
Incorrect. Arizona Cardinals played in what city in 1925?
St. Louis?
Incorrect. Arizona Cardinals played in what city in 1970?
Chicago. I don't know.
Incorrect. Packers 3-1-1. What is the Cardinals' record?
2-2.
Incorrect. Packers defensive points allowed per game. What are they ranked?
25th.
Incorrect. Points per game scored. Packers offense. What are they ranked?
14th.
Incorrect. What is Jackson Cheerio hitting in the playoffs? 300, 320, or 340?
320.
Correct. What is Christian Yelich hitting in the playoffs? 112, 192, or 212?
192.
That's correct. In the playoffs, how many Brewers are hitting with a batting average over 230? How many?
2.
Correct. How old is Jackson Cheerio?
22.
Incorrect. Joe Flacco or Aaron Rodgers? Who is older?
Flacco.
Incorrect. James Franklin fired as Penn State coach. For what NFL team did he coach in 2005?
Oh, geez. New England?
Incorrect. Last college team to be back-to-back national champion in football.
Ohio State.
Incorrect. Last major league team to win back-to-back World Series titles.
Atlanta Braves.
Incorrect. What is Ohio State favored over Wisconsin in ESPN Sportsbook by 26, 29, or 32?
32.
Incorrect. Just lack of confidence.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I think we got it in.
Yeah.
You had a nice run. I got him down for 3. He hit 3 in a row, Pebble.
Yep, I have 3 as well.
All
Yep,
right.
good.
Yep, you get the $25 gift card, and I feel bad. You should have 5, John.
What?
You should have 5. Because here's why. First, we'll get to number 31, retired twice by Marquette. Name one of the 2 players.
I think it's Bo Ellis and Doc Rivers.
That is correct. The Arizona Cardinals played in what city in 1925?
St. Louis?
No, Chicago
and St.
first.
Louis, the other one.
And then St. Louis second. You said St. Louis and then Chicago. If you would have reversed it was Chicago till 1959. In 1960, they went to St. Louis. They stayed there from that till 1987. Now they're in Arizona. The Cardinals' record probably should have got that.
2-4.
Yes, 2-2 would have been isn't that what he said?
He said 2-2.
Yeah, that would have been the strangest record of all time. These 2 were hard, so don't feel bad. Packers' defensive points allowed per game. What are they ranked?
10th?
10th, yes. Points per game scored. Packers' offense. What are they ranked?
I say 8th.
8th is correct as well.
Okay.
Yep. Jackson Cheerio is hitting 320. Christian Yelich is hitting 192. How many Brewers are hitting over 230? 2! It's Bowers and Cheerio. That's it. Too bad on this. Jackson Cheerio, how old is he?
21.
Yeah, you barely missed that. Aaron Rodgers was born in 1983. No, hold on. Aaron Rodgers is older. No. You said Flacco was older. Am I correct, Pebble?
No, but I meant Cheerio.
No, you said 22,
I say Cheerio
I
was 21?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep.
Either of those you could have been. You could have been up to 5. This is a great question. Pebble might get it right. James Franklin fired as Penn State coach for what NFL team did he coach in 2005?
I believe it was with your Green Bay Packers.
The Green Bay Packers. Yes. What position? He was.
I think he was wide receivers coach.
Wide receivers coach. I had no memory of that. Last college team to win back-to-back national football titles.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia Bulldogs, 21-22. Last major league team to win back-to-back World Series titles. Long time. 25 years
Braves?
ago. New York Yankees won 3 in a row. And what is Ohio State favored over Wisconsin and ESPN Sportsbook? 26, 29, or 32?
It's 26.
26 it is. So, John, how did you feel you did? I feel bad for you. You probably should have had 6. It wouldn't have gotten you to a tie. But the Cardinals started in Chicago, then went to St. Louis. And, 2-2 was not your strongest pick for the Cardinals record.
No, I agree.
But overall, you're on a roll there for the Brewers. Thanks for playing. You win a $25 gift card, and because you are not a leader, you should be aware that you could. Can he play next week, or how long does he have to sit out?
Wait a couple weeks, I think.
Has to wait a couple weeks, but you could win another $25 gift card. Thanks for playing, John.
Hey.
Jason Wilde is next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Some delays along southbound 41 coming in from Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. More delays then through the zoo onto the southbound bypass to Lincoln. More from Oklahoma Avenue into the Hale. Eastbound 94, most of the backups happening between Highway 100 and the zoo, and then 84th all the way to 35th. The westbound side, you're seeing backups from 25th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. Back on the brakes from the zoo interchange into Waukesha County all the way past Sunny Slope Road. Westbound Highway 18, right at Pilgrim Parkway, we have the right lane blocked with a crash. So that's on westbound Highway 18. Just be extra careful heading through that intersection. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Gradual clearing, a low of 52. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a slight chance for a shower, a high of 65. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Sweetest Day is coming up, and ESPN Milwaukee wants to make sure you're equipped to make the special someone in your life extra happy with the Welke Sweetest Day giveaway. From now through October 16th, head to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register for your chance to win a Sweetest Day prize pack, a bouquet of flowers from Welke's Milwaukee Florist, a $100 St. Kate gift card, and a one-night stay at the St. Kate. All that could be yours to share with the sweetest one in your life. Just go to WelkeSweetestDay.com to register and for full contest details.
All the antics.
Why the hell are we still doing encores? I go to the Killers, and they leave the stage. Oh, thank you, good night. Oh, I can't believe they didn't play Mr. Brightside.
All the action.
To me, it's like they have more fun under Murph. And I know winning will do that, but they won with Council, too. There's something to playing for a coach that you just absolutely love.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The teams are ready to go. The question is, are you ready? HD TVs in every room. Check. Blue and gold flag out front. Check. Grill ready to fire up. Check. Chips, dips, check, and check. Now the real planning begins. A trip to Discount Liquor to complete your Milwaukee baseball party or tailgate. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Is beer on the menu? We'll set you up with your favorite or recommend something new. We have over 2,000 to choose from. What about liquor? Our variety is unmatched, as is our selection of wine. So if you want it, we've got it. Discount Liquor is your Milwaukee baseball playoff party headquarters. Discount Liquor has everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2.
Discount Liquor.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's time for Jason Wilde on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Everybody should get Packer information from Jason Wilde. You go to the app, ESPN Wisconsin, and then you spend long periods of time listening and watching, if you want, YouTube on everything said by Jason Wilde. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Homer. How are you?
I'm a little bummed by the Brewers, but I just want them to win a game and then scare the Dodgers a little bit. I mean, the series is over, but it doesn't mean you can't have a little juice.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I mean, look, I understand the economics of baseball, and I appreciate what the Brewers accomplished. But it is disappointing that we once had the entire postseason wiped out, and Tony Gwynn's chase for batting 400 in a season wiped out, and we didn't get a salary cap.
No, the best they could do was a tax that was so huge they thought teams wouldn't pay it. Most haven't. But yeah, the issue is whether or not they'll try to shut it down again. If enough.
I mean, the amount of you said it on our show, like there are the contracts of some of the pitchers that the Brewers have faced or will face during the course of the series is worth more than their entire salary cap for this year or their payout.
Though that's a number of years. I kind of wish I hadn't said that because let's say the contract's 140, but it's over 4 years, so it's $35 million. It's legitimate that those people that are upset that Antanasio doesn't spend a little bit more, he could buy one of the pitchers and then his would be up to 150 or something. It's not like it's costing you $30 a year or something like that. So it's worthy of some discussion. But yes,
if you add up, all right. So who's pitching Game 3 tomorrow? and
Glasgow,
Shohei's
whatever.
pitching game.
Yeah, Shohei's the worst of their 4 starters. Yeah.
So you add those 4 guys, just what they're getting paid this year.
Yeah, that's more than
still more.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
I mean, there you go.
But I mean, the point is, like Brewers at 115. You take one of those pitchers, and now you're at 150. You're still way below them at 300, but you have a better chance. And that's the debate that exists. And instead, the Brewers figure it's better to let them you let the pitchers go. That's the Dodgers have done a great job at being rich and being smart, both in terms of their. But anyway, I'm assuming because they're swinging at early pitches that the analytics has said you got to go after these guys early in the count or you have no chance because it's not the way they normally
bat. Well, it must be because otherwise they're not working the counts. And
correct.
The guy last night, Yamamoto, he only threw like 110 pitches. He threw a complete game. And one of the things that I ain't Jeff Passan, but one of the things that I understand they do very well is work counts and give themselves a chance by getting into teams' bullpens, and that's obviously the goal with this series. They haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, and I refuse to believe that all of a sudden they've changed. My assumption is that there's more going on with these particular pitchers, and having watched them, they're incredibly good. All right, to the Packers. All right, let's go. What do you got? Arizona Cardinals. Packers should win. It is on the road. It'll be odd not facing Joe Flacco. Did anybody ask that question?
No, they've got Jacoby Brissett, but they go from one weird scenario, and this one's not necessarily weird, but last week was obviously weird, right? I mean, that was just weird. But this week, they don't know who their the opponent's quarterback's going to be. It could be Kyler Murray. It could be Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett actually had them. I think they scored the most points of their season in that game against the Colts last week that they lost. So, they're different quarterbacks. Obviously, Kyler Murray, more improvisational, could throw both within the flow of the offense and extend plays. Jacoby Brissett, experienced guy that's had some success as a backup quarterback in this league. And as Jordan Love kind of said to us today, they're not good enough to be looking past anybody at this juncture. So they haven't won on the road yet. They've lost one and they've tied one. So you would certainly hope that they would not be playing in a manner that would indicate that they're overconfident.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think the mood is of the Packers, the team, the players?
I think they feel. I mean, it's the conversations that we have with them. I don't think we can walk away from them and go, well, we really know exactly how these guys are feeling. I would never, ever, ever say that. But I think they, I think they feel good about the fact that they got back on the winning track. I think they certainly have plenty of things that they need to do better. We talked this morning when you were on with Tausch and me about the defense in the fourth quarter. That is obviously an emphasis. It's an emphasis this week to say, hey, we still believe in our process, but we got to start actually taking the ball away instead of just talking about taking the ball away. And then offensively, I think they feel really good about what Josh Jacobs was able to do, despite being, violently, vomitingly ill. And now their hope is that, they can build on that and he can be even more productive. It doesn't necessarily mean the same yardage, but he did a great job of, gaining yards per carry. I mean, he had the one big catch and run, but that was in the passing game. In the run game, he put together a pretty good, 18 carries, 93 yards, but he didn't have any 50-yard run that gave him that number. So they feel good about that. Obviously, Love's played at a high level with those handful of mistakes that we talk about. I think he's 9th in QBR, if you prefer that over the NFL formula. Well, Craig does. I know Craig Karmazin loves that stat.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Well, I'm sure there's people that work. No,
the view of it. I mean, we work at ESPN. The view of it would be if anybody outside of ESPN ever mentions it, and the fact is they don't. Doesn't exist outside of ESPN.
That's fair. Yep, I'll agree with that.
And I feel like I should give it more time, but you have some games like, what was it, the Viking game last year where they said that and who was it? Darnold threw for like 400 yards, and they said that Love had a better QBR, or QBR was higher than Darnold. You go like, come on, you can't take anything seriously when you have some stats for a game that then explain the position. It's like if you run a couple times or they decide on a play of importance, I don't know. Otherwise, it might be that it does it better. But
yeah, I don't know. All I know is that Jordan Love has played very well, not great, but very well. And now they'd and he talked about it today again. Like, just got to avoid that big mistake, right? And he understands that. I am curious. We talked to Matthew Golden for a while. I wrote about him today. Like, I am curious. They're not going to change their spread it around approach. They're just never. Matt LaFleur's not going to change that. But can they create, one or two? And that's all we're talking about here. We're not talking about him becoming the new Davante Adams of being targeted 14 times in a game. But can they come up with ways to get him a little more opportunity? Because good things happen when he's got the ball. Now, I would argue good things happen when Tucker Kraft has the ball too.
Yeah, he's the one to me that has to catch more. Don't you think with Golden, if Golden had 3 for 96 or 4 for 105, I guess wide receivers often like that probably don't have as many, but they're, that'd be good. I just think that Tucker Kraft should be 5 for something every game. But.
He had that one game, was it Washington, where he was 6 for 124 and a touchdown. Like, obviously you would love for him to put that number up every single game. He's not going to do that, obviously. But that's not because he's not a good player. It's because they have other options. And I think what people forget, they all assume it's just because of Rodgers, which was certainly part of it, but not all of it. Like when Davante Adams was having those, 100-plus catch seasons, like the next guys, like the guys with like the 2, 3, and 4 spots of catches, they weren't wide receivers. Like one year it was Jimmy Graham, who we all agree wasn't even that good when they had him for that 2-year span. Alan Lazard was largely their number 2 wide receiver, and I don't know about you, but I don't really think that that's what you want to have as your number 2 receiver, right? So, again, I'm not saying that they're in a bad spot by any means. They're in a good spot with all their options, but to me, they've got some other guys that they can certainly get the ball to. But I think Matthew Golden, I think Tucker Kraft deserve a few more opportunities. Romeo Doubs had 9 targets. I still want him involved if I'm Matt LaFleur too. Let's not lose sight of that fact. Like he deserves to get the football too. So I'll be curious to see what they do this week.
I know you won't join my club. I think when Watson comes back, I think they could have one of the top offenses in the league. They should. Now maybe if not, it means the importance of an offensive line. But they just have so many options and impressive options. I don't know how you would stop them. I mean, think of the number of scary things that from a tight end to a wide receiver, and then a good catching wide receiver, then a guy who can go long wide receiver, and then another guy that can go long. I don't know if they have the most yards or the most points, but I would be more likely to expect that the offense will be ranked higher in terms of points or yards than the defense from here on. And that doesn't mean the defense is going to be bad, but they have Jordan Love's never had anything. I don't know, when was the last time they had this many potential threats?
Well, I mean, look, obviously Matthew Golden's new to that equation as a rookie. But, I would say that a year ago when Watson was healthy and Reed was healthy and Wicks was healthy and Dobbs came back after his incident, and you had both of the tight ends, that it was a similar deal, right? And to me, the question becomes, and coaches love to say, oh, it's a good problem to have. And I always like to say, I understand, but it's still a problem. Like I was talking to Christian Watson today. Like, I can tell you that he is very excited about the idea of two guys that run sub 4-3, him and Golden, both being able to take the top off the defense at the same time. Right? That would be quite the wrinkle. But he comes back. There's one more mouth to feed, as Matt LaFleur would say. Jaden Reed posted a video on his YouTube channel of him, kind of going through the surgery and everything else and all that process. I think the expectation there is that he's going to be back for the stretch run. Like, if everybody stays healthy, this is always going to be something that they have to manage. And I just don't think they have anyone that is in Devontae Adams' class right now where you would feel compelled to say, this guy, we got to target this guy 10 times a game. I just don't think they're that way. I think they got a lot of really good players. And the most important thing compared to previous years is that all those really good players now, with the exception of Golden and Savion Williams, I suppose, should be included there, is that they all have experience, which they didn't before. And they're more fully formed NFL players. So, Wicks, who has been kind of under the radar, has had a really, in my opinion, a solid season. And they kind of missed him in the second half when he injured his ankle and he didn't play the rest of the game. He played, I think, the first snap of the second half against the Bengals, then he didn't play again. So, I think this is if you can amass a bunch of, let's call them really good, all number 2 type receivers with a couple of at least one legit number 1 tight end guy, I think that's a pretty good way to succeed, because what it does for your quarterback, and this is why when I was a little frustrated because some people respond to stories about reading them. I'm not advocating for them to start throwing the ball to Golden all the time, because one of the things that it does, and this was true of Rodgers early in his tenure, like 9, 10, even 11, was that they just had so many really good skill position guys. All he had to do was he used to say, my favorite receiver is the guy that's open. And whether it was Jennings or Jones or Jordy, it didn't matter. Cobb, they just had so many options, and that I think is really healthy for Jordan Love.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason.
All right, Homer, take care. Be good.
Jason Woolley, all Packers all the time. Tim Van Vorn, not next, but soon. I am next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Seeing some delays along southbound 41 coming in from Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. More delays then through the zoo onto the southbound bypass to Lincoln. More from Oklahoma Avenue into the Hale. Eastbound 94, most of the backups happening between Highway 100 and the zoo, and then 84th all the way to 35th. The westbound side, you're seeing backups from 25th Street all the way to about Hawley Road. Back on the brakes from the zoo interchange into Waukesha County all the way past Sunny Slope Road. Westbound Highway 18, right at Pilgrim Parkway, we have the right lane blocked with a crash. So that's on westbound Highway 18. Just be extra careful heading through that intersection. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Gradual clearing, a low of 52 tomorrow. Partly cloudy with a slight chance for a shower, a high of 65. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Homer here. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching the game from your backyard, every fan knows great moments deserve great vibes. Swing into Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan. Just across the Wisconsin border, they offer a full line of high-quality, clean-green, certified CBD products designed to help you relax, recover, and recharge no matter the season. Higher Love is organically grown, locally owned, and proudly one of the best in the Midwest. Visit them in Menominee or explore the full CBD lineup at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Homer for Window Nation. It's October, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, it's a big deal, and they can do it so quickly. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
It's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. For me and my family, finding the perfect home is a journey, but we don't walk it alone. With the We Sell Group, Rob and Nick aren't just real estate agents, they're part of our family's team. They bring us options, perspective, and peace of mind. While they navigate the market, I can stay focused on all that life has in store. Because at the We Sell Group, it's not just about the home, it's about the people and the path it takes to get there. The We Sell Group, more than agents, part of your journey. Get started with Rob and Nick at wesell.kw.com.
I'd like you to listen to a little question and answer session with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, why James?
I do feel like that we are partnered, again, as opposed to being sold to.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
If I need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
That works for you and the business, right, Preston?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to worry about it.
Plus, there's IT-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems.
I've got information that I can then go to my superiors with and say, hey, here's how we can save a little bit of money.
And
then I kind of look like the hero, too.
Want to be the hero in your office? Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Rain Man is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tim Van Born. There's so many topics I'm wondering what he's curious about, but that's coming up soon. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. On Forest Home in Franklin, need to give you the address. They are so good. Why? It's a family business, owned since 1931. It's not what they do, it's who they are. What does that mean, family business? And the family Fiscos are still doing it. That means imagine how young they are when they start doing this stuff. So by the time they get to your car, they're the best. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. Expert workmanship guarantee for the life of your vehicle. Any damage, Fisco has you covered on Forest Home in Franklin. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. So you remember the name. Let us get to our Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Pebble, what do you got? How many games will the Brewers win in the series? Your choices are 0, 1, 2, 3, or more. 3 or 4.
And we go to the results here of the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question right now. Homer mentioned, how many games will the Brewers win in the NLCS against the Dodgers? Right now, 1 leading the way with 45% of the vote, with 0 at 23.5% of the vote, 3 or 4 at 21.8%, and 2 at 10%.
I state again, doesn't mean it couldn't happen, anything can happen, but a comeback by the Brewers to win the series would rank right up there with Lazarus. The chances are better than Wisconsin beating Ohio State, for whatever that's worth. I just want, and I think they'll get it, it's whenever it's looked like this team can't do anything, they often do something. Doesn't mean they're going to win the series. I don't think they are. I think the series is over. But you win the next game. You just scare the Dodgers a little bit. versus you lose game 3 and it's just deciding how quickly the Titanic is going down. 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities. Beautiful setting along the Bark River, 300 acres in Dousman. 300 acres. That's what I call a city. 3 Pillar Senior Living Community. So they can do everything when you have that much room. A top-ranked full continuum community offering active adult and independent living, assisted living and memory care, skilled nursing and rehab, plus incredible wellness programs and a long list of activities. No kidding, when you got 300 acres. A nature-filled campus, 10 miles of walking. No kidding when you got 300 acres. Amazing staff, which is always the most important thing with a senior living community, all the different kinds of places they have. I mentioned them. I've been there. People love it. You got to see it for yourself. In Dousman, 300 acres. Get all the info at 3pillars.org. 3pillars.org. Tim Van Voorn, Fox 6 Sports. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
And I just remember watching the Dodgers-Brewers series this year, and it just felt like every time we got their starter out, it was Rap City. We were going to pound on.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We got to make these games long. We got to battle these starting pitchers. We got to make them get their pitch count up and get in that pen. We get in that pen, we're going to be penning our way to a World Series.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Homer here with a message about 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. 3 Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on 3 Pillars at 3pillars.org.
Kunis Hope Chevrolet of Milwaukee is having a massive grand opening celebration, and you're invited.
3 days only.
Thursday, October 16th through Saturday, October 18th. Unprecedented grand opening celebration pricing and discounts on our entire inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus over 800 pre-owned vehicles.
Starting as low as $39.95
and only $199 per month. We'll be paying above market value on all trade-ins during this event, no matter what the mileage or condition. And during our 3-day celebration, you can take advantage of grand opening service specials on oil changes, replacement tires, brake pads, and rotors. Almost all services with hundreds in savings. It's a party, and you're invited. All brought to you by your good friends and neighbors at Kunis Hope Chevrolet, Milwaukee's #1 Chevy superstore. Don't miss the Kunis Hope Chevrolet of Milwaukee's huge grand opening celebration. Thursday, October 16th through Saturday the 18th, just off I-41 at 11100 West Auto Mall Drive. For info online at KunisHopeChevy.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The teams are ready to go. The question is, are you ready? HD TVs in every room. Check. Blue and gold flag out front. Check. Grill ready to fire up. Check. Chips, dips, check, and check. Now the real planning begins. A trip to Discount Liquor to complete your Milwaukee baseball party or tailgate. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Is beer on the menu? We'll set you up with your favorite or recommend something new. We have over 2,000 to choose from. What about liquor? Our variety is unmatched, as is our selection of wine. So if you want it, we've got it. Discount Liquor is your Milwaukee baseball playoff party headquarters. Discount Liquor has everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2.
Discount Liquor.
Crispy chicken just keeps getting better at Cousin Subs. Try our crispy chicken basket, complete with 3 white meat tenders and a regular fry, a meal made easy. And for the little ones, our kids meal comes with 2 crispy tenders, applesauce, a juice box, and cookie. Just the right size for growing appetites. Made with quality chicken and ready to enjoy in-store, online, or on the app. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only around for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
Tim Van Voren is brought to you by The Ticket King, your local and most trusted source for Green Bay football tickets. Visit theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007. Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Even better than those.
TVV.
It's Fox 6 Sports Director Tim Van Voren on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN. Tim Van Voren is brought to you by The Ticket King, your local and most trusted source for Green Bay football tickets. Visit theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007.
What does Tim Van Voren, Fox 6 Sports, TVV, three-time Wisconsin Sportscaster of the Year, of all that's going on, what does he want to lead with? What's the one statement he wants people to know more than any other thoughts he has? TVV, what is it?
Wow, Homer, that's a power-packed intro and a kind of a loaded question. I think you have to be discussing the Brewers first and foremost. They're in the league championship series, and obviously no one expected them to be there, and now no one expected them to be there very long because of the way they looked in their first two games in Milwaukee.
They have all year talked about taking a lot of pitches, working the count, the pain to pitch to. They have not done that in these two games. I'm assuming the whatever stats they had, analytics said, you got to go against these pitchers early in the count, or you can't beat them. You think there's any truth to that?
I would assume you're correct because I wouldn't think you would change your entire approach and then stay with it for a second game. It'd be one thing if, okay, you guys are a little jumpy or whatever in game one. Come on, we're going to do something different in game two, or you got to get back to more discipline. It seems like this has been a philosophy to try to attack these pitchers, and that has not worked at all. And also, the Brewers' model all season long has been, aggressive on the base paths and take that extra base and steal a base and put pressure on teams. And you can't do any of that. You can't get past first base if you can't get to first base. So they've just really kind of been neutered in the way they want to play baseball.
I'm counting and betting on a Game 3 win because that has been the nature of this team this year. When it looked the worst, they somehow have found a way to respond. Maybe that should have occurred in Game 1.
Well, Game 1, it would have been terrific to steal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're at home. You don't say it's stealing. You're supposed to win your home games. But the way the thing was going, as terrific as Snell was, you easily could have still won that game. Easily is too far to stretch. But you could have won that game, and they got out of themselves. They weren't disciplined there. Bryce Terang wasn't disciplined in particular in that last at-bat. And then that one gets away, and they were never in after the home run, but top of the second inning, they were never in last night's game, never in it. I would suspect they won 97 games. They're not going to roll over in Los Angeles. I'm not sure they're going to win 2 in Los Angeles. I think they can win 1 in Los Angeles, and if they could possibly get the series back to Milwaukee, it would be very interesting.
Yes, that's not how I would bet yet. And the discussion will occur after the series about the difference in money. But the reality is that the Brewers could buy one of these pitchers, and then they would be playing at about, $150 million. They still would be way under, not even close to the Dodgers, the Mets, and the Cubs. But I do understand fans that would like Atanasio to do a little bit more because he could. The numbers are huge for the full contract, but you can get one of these guys for $30 million a year, right?
You can. Obviously, Woodruff makes less than that, but noted. They're a pitcher shorter there. At the beginning of the season, though, you didn't think a $30 million pitcher was going to put the Brewers over the top. You didn't think one $30 million pitcher was going to be the key for the Brewers. I can see going into this season with the expectations that they had with, this kind of being the lineup they've put together and the roster they've put together. I don't know that it kicks up next year or not. They have such a good, strong farm system. They're going to be able to bank on some of those guys.
Yep.
Do they need to go out and supplement with a big money front of the line rotation guy? I don't know. And people are, Freddie Peralta's not an ace. Well, you know what? Freddie Peralta's the Brewers' ace. That's what he is. He's not Blake Snell level. I mean, he's not Blake Snell level. He's not Yamamoto level when those guys are on. But why denigrate him? He is the Brewers' ace.
No,
I
think he's an ace. You don't have to be the best ace. He's definitely an ace in baseball. Yes. And
for sure he
not
is.
just
For
the
sure he
Brewers.
is.
I would say probably, 15 teams. All right, I want to get to the Packers because the defense has gotten worse with Micah Parsons. The more he's played, the worse has it gotten. I expect it to get better. I think he was a great addition. I think he's a great player. But no one can argue the defense with Micah Parsons the last couple of games. Can they? I
think Micah Parsons was a good addition. I think they will get better on defense. I think they'll figure out a way to make all this work. I cannot figure out, however, cannot even fathom, Homer, how they had one sack of the Bengals, Joe Flacco, the other day. How? Joe Flacco's 40 years old. He's joining a team that has a, purportedly struggling offensive line. Mm-hmm. You're at home. You're coming off your bye, and you get one sack in the fourth quarter? How?
Even though I admit he's releasing early, but so what? What's your answer then? What?
I don't know. Micah Parsons has been across the line. His penetration has been fine. You would think at some point he's going to get a sacks in bunches kind of game.
Somebody
or
would.
Something like that. But if he's not, exactly, why isn't pressure on the other side getting home? Gary or Enigbare or Van Ness.
That's why you're on the show to explain why.
I can't explain it, and this is my point about the Packers. Now the pendulum's kind of swinging back to, the Packers actually are good, and they only have one loss, and they haven't lost to the NFC and all this. To me, the national pendulum at least seems to be swinging back a little bit. Here's what I'd say about the Packers. Statistically, they look great. Just look at the pure statistics, offensively and defensively. But when you watch them, Homer, the eye test, something is missing for this team this year. That's what I would say. It's only been 5 games, but something is just generally missing in overall, control of a football game, offensively or defensively. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. The sample size has to grow, I guess, for us to see if that continues or if it changes. But to me, statistically, you got Micah Parsons, you got plenty of talented players. They're not passing the eye test.
Yeah, I want to wow. You got this defense with Parsons, and you got an offense, I think, with so many weapons. Golden's clearly a weapon. Kraft is a weapon. Then you have yet, you're right, you never go, since the first 2 games, they're kicking butt. You go, damn, this is hard, right? It's hard against the Bengals and an old man, hard against the Cowboys, hard against Cleveland. Help me, TVV.
I can't, and if it's that hard against those teams you talked about, some of those are home games in October, it's going to be really hard the rest of the schedule with no bye and tougher teams waiting for you.
But they have it, right? It is going to get better, right? I still believe. I don't know which. Go.
I don't know why it wouldn't get better. They have the talent. They have general health. They have a blue chip player now. Remember, all they needed just a blue chip player. They got Micah Parsons.
All right,
it
TVV.
should get better.
Hopefully, we'll be better next week. Thanks. A better team to talk about. Window Nation, 90% customer satisfaction. That's great. It's important that I like them, but if you like them and you've worked with them, October is here, and if you've got old windows, it's time to eliminate annoying drafts once and all with Window Nation. Right now, during the Brewers